Much better. This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live. Try to get this situated here. Fans, we're live here tonight. I got a great video for you tonight. Let me get the name of it here. It is the Golden Age books from 2023 to 2024. These are Golden Age books I've purchased for my collection, 2023 to 2024. Most of these will all be like Golden Age books. There may be like a Silver Age in there. You know, I don't know. But I'm showing off these books tonight. Books, you know, kind of the bigger books that I've gotten over the past couple of years, or 2023 to 2024. And I've got some of those big books I want to share with you. And I also want to share that the Immortal BiggieComing channel I like to watch here on YouTube, but it's the Immortal BiggieComing. He's doing a top 15 comic collectors contest, and he's going to be taking a look at a ton of different comic book collectors out there who have gotten a lot of great big time comic books over the past 2 years. So if you want to follow the nominations and who he's looking at and all that stuff, make sure you follow the Immortal BiggieComing. I have the link to BiggieComing's channel in the video description down below, as well as that top 15 Collectors of the Year Awards 2023 to 2024 video that the Immortal BiggieComing put out as well. So make sure you look, if you want to know the rules and everything like that, make sure you subscribe to the Immortal BiggieComing. He's going to be taking a look at the top 15 Collectors of the Year Awards. Now, what you can do, you can send him photos via IG, or, you know, you can send him a private video of your collection. I'm going ahead and making this public video, this PSA, this public service announcement for each and every one of my viewers, that you need to go make sure you sub up to Immortal BiggieComing and take a look at some of these awesome collectors, because the coolest thing about this isn't becoming the best or even being in the top 15 for like comic book collecting. But the cool part that BiggieShaq's doing is he's going to be sharing all the channels that he nominates for his top 15. And this is his top 15. So he's the judge, jury, and execution. The ball's in his court as far as who he picks. But just know this: the cool thing about this in the long run, we're going to find out 15 kick-ass collectors that have some awesome comic books that they've received back in 2023 and 2024. So that's what it's really all about for me. It's just sharing other people's channels, sharing their love and the passion for the community and the comics that they collect. They always collect what they like. They love what they collect, just like the great hippies collectibles always used to say back in the day. So let's go ahead and cut this off. BiggieShaq, thank you so much for doing this, having this cool contest. I want to get to my chat real quick. I think we do have one person in the chat. Let me see. Bring it up here. That's the CBG, I believe. There it is. Comic Book Gallery. Right there. Comic Book Gallery. Thank you so much for watching The Great Legend tonight as we go through some cool Golden Age books. And a lot of these I have not shown. It was hard for me to make this video. And you're like, well, what do you mean hard? Well, I want to show these cool books that I've been getting, and pretty much the only people that know about these books is the Jigs Kingdom community hangout guys, Jigs and Perry and maybe Hack and Chad and Craig 69 and all my good buddies over at Jigs Kingdom's hangout. They know about some of these books, but the fans don't know. And man, it has been a while, Comic Book Gallery. You know what I love about CBG, and I'm pretty sure it's the channel. I love CBG because they do the comic book and then a Funko right by it. And like I need to start doing pictures of my Funkos. I've got quite a few. I need to sell some, get rid of some of the ones I don't really care about, the ones that maybe were like impulse buys. But yeah, if you want to see stuff that I collect throughout the whole year, make sure you subscribe to Jigs Kingdom. And also my good buddy Hack, his channel's on the rise. He's almost up to 4K. We just celebrated his giveaway on Friday night, I think. 3,000 sub giveaway. And also celebrating the milestone of going over 1 million views. Woo. Dude, 1 million views, man. When you go over 1 million views, you might as well start looking for space on the wall to hang the silver plaque, because it's getting close. Let's see, we got someone else in the chat. I can't. Oh, is that Hack? Oh, it is good to see you. Oh my God, I'm just talking about you. Hack, baby. Hack's Comics. I've mentioned him before. Make sure you subscribe to Hack, HAQ, and you'll know what to do. Artificial intelligence, babes, thick girls, Mario, Minecraft, video games, comic books, Batman. He loves it all. All right, so let me kind of show you some of these real quick. This is a series I've been getting into. And you know what's stupid? I actually had, let me put my camera on. I do have some other of these books. I didn't pull them out of the box because the 4-color box is... Well, it should be that box on the right. I just don't want to get in there. And plus, you kind of get the, what's a couple more graded slabs. I mean, you're going to kind of get the gist of what I've been collecting. Let me go to the full screen. But these are a couple of 4-color books. This one's 4-color 129. It's the Walt Disney's Uncle Remus and His Tales of Bear Rabbit. You got Bear back there, Bear Fox. And it's adapted from Song of the South. They had to pull Song of the South from the VHS and the DVD markets and stuff because it had some kind of Southern style, a little like what people would say is racist in today's times, but in the days before like segregation and stuff, when it was like even before, it would probably be, I don't know, just around the old days, like very old school, America, they just didn't like black people a lot. So they used African American voices, black people's voices to do the characters, but they sounded like, I don't know, I don't want to say they sounded like dumb or anything, but they sounded like that style of speak for back in the day. I don't think it was anything to do with like racism or any of that kind of stuff. I think if you listen to the Uncle Remus stories of what they're intended to be, it gives you a really great history of the Americana, like what was going on in America, you know, from Civil War all the way to the 1960s, where finally they did away with the segregation, you know. So the history's there, but it may upset people, and that's, you know, the thing is, comics weren't made to, like, you know, upset people or whatever, but you know how some of the people of today's times, they want to say everything sets them off, opposed to maybe it's something, maybe they're the ones with the problems, you know what I mean? They can't discern reality from virtual reality and things like that. And that's just normal. That's like a legend. That's, we can talk about that on Legends Truth, but it's just the younger minds, everything's been given to them. Like, a lot of the young kids born today are born with a cell phone in their hands. You know, they're running around with technology at their fingertips. But this is from 1946. This is issue 129. It's graded about a very good 4.0 from this group on the back. It's the Captain Comics folks, and it's part of this pedigree called the Bibinet Dragon Lady Collection. And it says books with this COA are eligible for submission to CGC with a label recognizing its provenance. And it has a little deal like read more, like a QR code. So I may look into that. I'm not real sure. I know I have another. That was that one there. So then this one's Dell 4-color issue 208 from 1949 at about a 5.5. This is Walt Disney's Bear Rabbit Does It Again. So hopefully different stories, but, you know, using the same characters. And it looks like he swiped Bear Bear's Google, or is that Goosely Berry Jam. It's kind of a weird name, but if you got rid of the S on Goosely, you can change that to Google Berry Jam. So very freaking cool. Walt Disney's Bear and Bear Rabbit Does It Again. And that's two of the books. Like I said, I have a fourth one that's a white cover of this. It's the newest 4-color, or maybe the third 4-color of the Bear Rabbit Uncle Remus stuff. And what I'll show you now is, let me get a couple other raw books that kind of fit into the same bill. These are 4-color Disney books. One is 4-color issue 92 from 1946 at a very good, fine 5.0. And it's reinterpretation, you know, the story of the Walt Disney's Wonderful Adventures of Pinocchio. So very cool. Not Pinocchio's first appearance in Dell or comics. That's a different book. Like to get it one of these days, but it'll probably have to be a couple of years, because I don't really want to spend much more money on comics in 2024. I think I've got enough, but this is really cool. It also comes with that little certificate gimmick, like if I wanted to send it in. They graded this at about a 5.0, real nice grade. And then this one is from, I don't know the year on this, it's issue 252 though. It's like a 6.0 is what they had it graded for. Really good. Could use a little cleaning on the cover, a little minor cleaning, I would say. Not too shabby though. Good little book. You know, put that in Smilar, put it in a slab, you be good to go. And then I've got two more raw books I want to show, then I'll show you some slabs. But before we do that, let's check out that chat. Thank you so much. I know currently right now it is 2 a.m. and, you know, every smart person in the world, at least people that live in these 4 time zones here in America, you know, I guess what's East, Central, Mountain, and West Side, the West Side time, Cali time, Seattle, Portland time. Y'all need to get some sleeping, but I am glad you're here with me tonight. Let's go back in there. It looks great. We got Hack says, good to see you live. Comic Book Gallery, that's you. That is you on Instagram. I knew it was you, CBG. You know, it's sometimes hard for me to take the names from the YouTube accounts and then pair them with their Instagram counterparts, because sometimes it's just, and then it could be different names. But I kind of have a flow and a go for when I'm interested in your show, and the more I know, the more I do, because I sub to your IG, and I love those Pump Funkos too. Pop Funkos too. Sorry. Fucking words, man. Look at this. One of the best. I love this gal. She's the host with the mostest. She's K-pop junkie. Been doing a kick-ass job on her channel, hosting a big-time panel of Asian artists last month for Asian Heritage Month. Asian Artist Heritage Month that she posted on her channel, K-pop junkie. So check her out. She's a really cool insomniac who loves horror movies just like me. I need to watch the I was telling my friends and Jigs, I've been watching The Boys, the newest season. I guess I'm up to episode 5. And it was kind of like I had watched Gen V right after I think I caught up with season or episode 4. So I watched all of the Gen V show. And so you got to see a couple of Gen V characters come over in Boys season 5. You got the guy that sees puppets and the girl that takes her gloves off and touches them and controls their minds. Dude, epic show. And I put that show right up there. It's right up there. Like, they're totally two different shows. But one side, you've got The Chosen, which is about the story of Jesus of Nazareth, that he chooses people to follow him and basically become the first Christian church that would teach people that the new way to get to heaven, the new way to like praise God, the New Testament, basically, how to follow Jesus. But then on the other hand, you got The Boys in this Gen V where it's like death, murder, explosions, people's guts and everything. So I mean, two totally different shows. But dude, I highly recommend them, man. Both shows. The Chosen, I'm kind of angry because it's like 8 episodes and it's already over. Now I gotta wait for season 5. It's like, ugh, now I gotta wait another season. All right, so let's take a look at the other 2 books here. These, I think this is just a new one. I don't think I've got another copy of this, but this is a mid-grade copy of Bozo the Clown. It's Dell. Oh, I know. This is it's a Bozo comic, right? It's Bozo number 3 by Dell. Okay, so remember that, by Dell. I want to give a big shout out to Lisa Noble. Lisa, what is going on? It's great to see you here. Let's see if we can do something for Miss Lisa here. Bam. There we go. But yeah, I love this book. Okay, so it's Bozo issue 3. Okay, well, Rob, legend, what the hell you doing, Bozo? Okay, so I'll tell you like near the end because I want to give the big conclusion for Biggie and everything. But I do want to show these books, but I don't want to like talk too long because I don't want it to turn into like a Legends Truth or whatever. But this is Bozo number 2. Okay, so I showed you number 3. This is number 2. Crappy bags, I know. Very cool. Number 2, that's the first Bozo in his... Well, that's the first solo Bozo book from Dell. But there was one before this, 2 months before this one. And this is Bozo issue number 2. In the series, I think it goes up to issue number 7. It starts with 2, 3, and then I think it goes up to about issue 7. This book here is a 4-color book. It's 4-color 285. And this is Bozo the Clown in the 4-color, Dell 4-color 285. Now, the book was so popular, after this release, that's why they came out with number 2. Like I showed you, here's another issue of number 2. It's just a graded copy. It's a 4.0. 4.0 with white pages. And then the Bozo 285 4-color is off-white to white, and it's a 5.0. So I'm getting, and also this Bozo has green hair, which is kind of cool. So I've been getting into the Bozo. I used to watch Bozo on WGN Chicago. We had that on cable, and Bozo would come on in the morning, and he'd be throwing those little ping pong balls in the bucket, him and that other clown named Cookie. And dude, if you hit all 6 buckets, you get like a $50 bill, crunchy $50 bill. So I've been collecting these Bozo books, and I'm finding, pretty good low grades. And these 2, I needed to read these 2 before I put them in their sarcophagus forever. Actually need to read all those before I send those. That's what I do with like Golden Age books. I flip through them and everything like that before I send them in to get graded. Okay, I want to show you some more books. Oh, that's a classic. I don't want to... Oh, and there's that book. I fucked that book up. Okay, I'm going to... Yeah, okay. Let's do it like that. I fucked that book up. Okay, so... I don't think I got this. I may have got this in 2023, but I really doubt I did. So I left it off the list, but I'll show it to you anyway. It's the very first 3D comic book. The very first 3D comic book. And the cool thing about this one is the glasses, blue label and everything, the glasses are still attached inside the book. So it's an 8.0. Really nice, man. Mighty Mouse, the first 3D comic. It's from St. John Publications. And that was September of 1953. Just a stunning, amazing copy for this book. I don't know what the census is. I never looked that crap up, but I know it's probably one of the highest they have on the census. So I've got that book. Comes in this ultra big size container. I don't know if that's a magazine size container or not, but very thick book. You could really whack somebody's head off with this thing. All right, you'll see that little gimmick here in a minute. So related to that book is the book that came after it the following month in November of 1953, because there was another the Three Stooges issue number 2, which is 3D, which I've probably got 3 copies of that now, but that's neither here nor there. This is the book I got in 2023. This is the second 3-dimension comics with Mighty Mouse, and this one has the 3D glasses attached too, which is pretty damn good. And this is a CBCS grade 4.0, and it's the 3-dimension comics number 2, Mighty Mouse cover and appearance, and it's another 3D Mighty Mouse book with the glasses attached. And another cool book also that was 3D, and there's other 3Ds I'm trying to collect by the same company. This is St. John from 1953. That's from 11, so this one actually came out before this one. This is also one of the early 3D books called Whack Comics. You can actually see that big ass right where it cuts through under dimension, where it actually cuts through the S&I. I had like a bunch of these, and it was like a domino effect. So like I had a bunch back here, and then all of them fell down this way, and it like cracked open on my computer chair. That's why I got that stupid crack there on Whack. Crack Whack. And it's another 3-dimensional book, high grade, and glasses attached. Very cool. I mean, I don't really know much about like other 3D collectors. I don't know of any like other 3D collectors of 3D comic books, but I never really put myself or tried to put myself in any kind of 3D category. It's just a publishing company that I really enjoy that was headed up by Norman Moore, spelled Maurer, and he was the husband of Joan Howard Moore. He married Joan Howard, who became Joan Howard Moore. And the thing was, Norman Moore became Moe Howard's father-in-law. Moe Howard, of course, being Moe from the Three Stooges. So I got all the Three Stooges too. But I couldn't show those because I just got them all slabbed. So I've got Volume 1 and Volume 2 completed slabbed of the Three Stooges from St. John and Jubilee. But I already had those years ago. I just got them slabbed, so those don't count. But Whack is one of the new ones I had that I have to re-slab now. So that sucks. $15. And then I have 3 copies of this I'm going to show you real quick and give you the storyline. It's called Alarming Tales. It's Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. And basically it's about 5 or 6 weird science, weird fantasy. What's another one? Not really Tales from the Crypt, but more so along weird science, weird fantasy, Twilight Zone, if you will. Stuff like that. That's Alarming Tales. It's a 2.5. And it's from 1957, Harvey Comics. Then I have a 3.0, and that 2.5 is off-white to white. I have a 3.0 cream to off-white. And then I have this one, which is 3.0, just regular white. So that's the one I'm keeping. Basically, why do I have this book? It's the first story It's called the command. They call it the Commandy prototype issue, but really, what this is freaking history. You get 1957, right? This book came out 58, 59, 60, 61. I want to say Pierre Boulet came out with Planet of the Apes in either 61 or 64 over in France, the book Planet of the Apes. So this story comes before that. Jack Kirby created the story before that. So the story has this dude going into the future with something looking like a TARDIS or something. I don't know, some machine that gets him to the future. He finds out that at the end of the days, or in the future, there's animals running the planet, and there's this big ass bulldog. Think of the bulldog Spike from Tom and Jerry with those big old big cheeks and stuff. And he was the one ruling the planet, and he talked about how animals took over, blah blah blah. So that would end up, oh my god, the graphics are beautiful. It's like you are looking at a Commandy prototype, because in 74, I've got that book in there somewhere, but like I said, I can't show Commandy number 198 because I already got that years ago. But anyway, it's Commandy. So if you're a Planet of the Apes, post-apocalyptic fan, you like Mad Max, Planet of the Apes, any of that stuff that's in the future, you're going to love this book. Oh shit, did you hear that? I banged all three of these things on the damn desk again. Sorry. I'm pretty clumsy in my older age here. Alright, so I showed you those. Let's check the chat, and then I'll show you three last books I want to close with, and then I'll close with a special message for BiggieComing. Okay? Alright, and thank you so much. Currently, we have 5 concurrent viewers, and I know you should be sleeping right now, so I thank God, Lord, my Father, for each and every one of you that has shown up to support me and that have supported me through the years. Keeping it real, keeping it alive. YouTube.com/The Great Legend Show. Awesome one. Awesome one. What's up, dude? It's awesome to see you here, brother. Man, it's so cool to see K-pop here, too. I got a little, she has got one of the best smiles. Her smile almost equals that of Bub's Comics, or Bub's World. Bub has a great smile, too. Like they could be in commercials. And when you see someone smile, you genuinely, when I see people smile, I can tell if a smile is fake or real, and they do genuine smiles when they're happy. And a lot of people may not feel good, or they don't just want to just go through the motions. But when people smile, you can really see the soul behind the eyes, and it's beautiful. It's something that we take for granted sometimes. Just when you look at a person, or if you go shopping, or you are in the checkout line, make sure you smile at the person working the register. Make sure you smile at the person bagging your groceries, because they may be having that kind of bad day or that funk at work, but if they see your smile and know that your soul is filled with love and light, you'll make that person's night. Yeah, that's good. Good enough rhyme. Okay. Let me get back to the books here, but thank y'all so much. Awesome, Lisa. Oh, my good friend Kev. What's up, baby Kev? Kevin and Kai, 2 of my faves. I'm not really going to talk too much about who I nominated for in that comic book community awards. If you do want to take a sneak peek of who I was nominating for, you can go back and watch Jig's Kingdom's, I don't know if it was the Saturday night hangout or the Friday, but I think it was the Saturday. You can see all the channels I voted for, but don't get mad if I didn't vote for you, because there's always next year, and I can't vote for everyone. You just can't, and I know quite a bit of people. So different votes for different votes for different folks, All right, let me show you the last 3 books, and I'll end with a message for you. Yeah, this is a big shout out to Hazel Dan. Hazel Dan, if you're watching this. I would always see this on Hazel Dan's channel, and finally, oh my god, I hate when I bag a board and one of my eyelashes in there. That's so stupid. Okay, I'll have to get that eyelash out of there because it's going to bug me. It's in between my Okay. All right. Anyway, here's the book. But Hazel Dan is one of their favorites, and I've always seen this book, but I never pulled the trigger on it because it was kind of expensive. But I put this in my like section, or I put the heart by it on eBay, the watch section, and then the eBay seller offered like knocked off money. So I went in and pulled the trigger on it and said, hey, cool, man, I'll take a 4.0. 4.0 off white pages of the sexual innuendo my dad's got wood cover. Of course, this is Chuck Connors from the Rifleman, former Brooklyn Dodger, first baseman. I think he was first base. Former Boston Celtic. You know, he was a bencher though, because they had Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, John Havlicek. I mean, Celtics were just littered with, you know, that Red Auerbach team. I think they won like fucking 11 years in a row or something. I mean, like Bill Russell has like 11 championship rings. That's more rings than he's got fucking fingers, right? But anyway, Rifleman, this pretty boy. I want to say a pretty boy. Hollywood scout saw Chuck Connors on the third or first baseline, whatever position he played, and thought he was just a real good-looking man for motion pictures. So they got him. They picked him out, and he became an actor. Oh, that movie, K-pop, you're a horror fan. Fuck, what is that movie called where he's the bad guy in it? Oh my God, what was the name of it? It wasn't Sleepaway Camp, because that's the one with the girl had the schlong at the end. Tourist Trap. Oh, look up this movie with Chuck Connors. It's called Tourist Trap. Oh, that's one scary fucking movie. Anyway, oh my God, it's called Tourist Trap, and Chuck Connors is in it. Watch that movie. All right, this one I'm a huge fan. I've got multiple plethora. Well, I've got Don Rosa's first Donald book, comic book, or actual his first Scrooge. I got Carl Burke's first Scrooge, which, damn, I may have got that last year, but I'm not going to put that up on here. I got first Carl Barks doing the Donald Duck storyline. I got Carl Barks 4-color, I think it's Christmas on Burr Mountain, which is like Uncle Scrooge's first appearance. I've got Uncle Scrooge, the 4-color Uncle Scrooge, where it's titled Uncle Scrooge, which basically is Uncle Scrooge #1. Kind of like this one, even though this is 4-color 285, this is really meant to be Bozo #1, you know? But that's how the Dell 4-colors worked. And, yeah, so this one is a little different, though. I bought this one. It's Donald Duck and the Old Castle Secret. Second appearance of Uncle Scrooge. But the reason I have this one, I got this in Raw. Of course, I got it graded. But got it in Raw. I usually try to get all my golds in Raw so I can look them over, thumb through them. I don't mind buying gold that's sealed or with the blue label slabs, but I do kind of like to read them. It sucks if you can't read the real one before you slab it. But you can also do digital. You can find these on the websites, do digital. This is a off-white to white. Reason I love this one so much is it's the very first Carl Barks cover Donald cover. So it's the first time he did the Donald characters on the cover. So that's my big why I wanted this book, not because it was the second Uncle Scrooge gimmick. And last but not least, I've showed these books before. Y'all know I love Fantastic Four. I've got the whole collection, minus a bunch of variants from 2008 or 12 to now, because the variant craze, like, I can't buy 1 in 1,000s. Like, what the hell? I mean, I do have a 1 in 500, and I have some stuff, but I can't buy like all those. But I do have the issues of Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four issue #1 has Mr. Fantastic as part of the team, right? What's Mr. Fantastic's power? Well, he's so fantastic, his body is made of elastic. It's a good rhyme. But I love that character. Of course, I love Ben Grimm the most. But another plastic character I love is Plastic Man. I'm still working on getting his first Silver Age appearance. I've got his first solo Silver Age series, and I've got Police Comics #1 over there. And if you subscribe to my channel, you know I've shown you the first appearance of Plastic Man from Police Comics #1. Also Human Bomb, the Phantom Lady. You know, all that Bub's World loves him, the Phantom Lady. This guy's got Phantom Lady's first appearance. But no one ever says that. They just watch Bub because he's got a 4K camera and way better video productivity than I have. And I love his smile. So watch Bub's World more than this channel. Actually, I voted for Bub in that contest. He's a nominee. Like, that's the thing. I haven't seen some of the nominees I voted for pop up on that contest, but they say that it gets updated every now and then because there's so many nominees this year. And then after I put my final votes in, I'm probably going to keep those private just because for the final vote, those people know that I'll vote for them. I mean, the ones I nominated, those are the ones I'll try to vote for. If they're not on the finale list, then I'll vote for the another close channel, and I'll research the channels before I vote. So I'm not just voting blind or anything. So the last big boy book, I guess, that's what we call them, or that's what I used to call them. BiggieComing calls them bangers. Me and Houdat, we call them big boy books. That's what me and Houdat came up with. Actually, I came up with it, but people recognize Houdat says it more because, I tried to teach Houdat everything I know, but I only taught him a little bit. So Houdat's got to come back and watch Great Legend if he wants to know the cream of la creme, like Prophecy Watch, foretelling the future, 5 seconds into the future, just the powers that God has given me. A lot of times it could also be a curse, though, because I get so many synchronicities throughout the day. And, like, one time, I joined this fucking auction, right? And, C. Woodard was in there. What did I do? The whole day was fucked up, right? Because we jump on this auction, and this guy's getting some books together, and I'm like, oh, please just don't show that X-Men #4 Omega Red. I don't like that book. I think that book is so stupid. Okay, it's kind of like, how Howler Mouse hates Booster Gold? I hate Omega Red. I hate X-Men 4. The comic book industry sucked. I was there. I picked that shit off the shelf. I was there. I had a 9.4, 9.6. I sold it, for the money, but people put that book on such a pedestal. And go figure, old Carson has it displayed and on his wall just to piss me off. And then another thing was I started chanting newsstand because Carson loves newsstand. And dude, when Carson fired up his live video, what shirt was he wearing? He was wearing his newsstand shirt. And then that auction we were watching me and Carson wearing there, and I said, please don't show me the X-Men 4 book. This next guy, I don't know who the seller is. I don't know if it was on Sands Group. Fuck, it could have been on the Band of Brothers auction. I don't think it was, because K-Pop would have known. And they were giving this guy a lot of mic time. I'm thinking it was on Sands Group, because usually Bleak, Houdat, and K-Pop like do commentary over what other people are. That's what I taught Houdat to do. You just don't sit on an auction panel like thumbing your thumbs. Like when I had my auctions and I was hosting the auctions, every person that sold on that auction had my promo behind it. And that's what K-Pop, Houdat, and Bleak do on their auction. But I don't think I saw any auction thing for the vote thing. I didn't see like best auction. I would have put Houdat and Bleak. But anyway, last book. Sorry for me bitching about X-Men 4, but like I said, I get these synchronicities. That's why I'm allowed to like rhyme so well. And I say that's why I'm allowed, because it's really a God-given gift, and I'm not being some dickhead. I'm being humbly honest that I've been blessed to have success, Next book, last book, Biggie, and then I'll get to my important message. Y'all thought that was the important message, but this is the real deal. So I got Mr. Fantastic, Plastic Man. There's the method to the madness, okay? I did not have this guy, though. This is the first appearance of the elongated man, Ralph Dibny. Oh, Ralph, 5.0, off-white to white. Flash number 112 for a fucking great 3-figure deal. Mid 3 figures. I mean, maybe because the guy that played him on the CW show was like doing some evil tweets back in the day, so they canned Elongated Man on the show. But I love Elongated Man. I love stretchy characters, and I fell in love with this character during Brad Meltzer's Identity Crisis. That's that, and I guess a little bit of when I was reading Green Lantern, the Black Lanterns. What was that series called? The Black Lantern Saga? Blackest Night. That was the name of it. Because I remember the next was Brightest Day, which I read that too. But I've read a lot of the DC tie-in events, and I really love that murder mystery by Brad Meltzer that was like had Ralph Dibny playing one of the main parts. But that's the first Elongated Man. So those are all the books. I'm going to go by the chat again real quick, and then I'll give some final thoughts and things of that nature, and videos you can look forward to in the future. Now, I hope as well, you know, I didn't do a lot of voices and I didn't do a lot of rhymes or anything like that, because I want to be serious for a little bit, you know, and tell you how important you people are. And what do you mean, you people? No, but you know what you mean to my friends and my YouTube family here. Let me check the chat again, and I have my OBS up, and I have my other monitor here, but I have OBS in a small screen, so I can't really see the chat. So I'm gonna look at the bigger screen and look at some stuff. Bozo, woohoo! Thanks, Lisa. Okay, awesome one. DNA evidence. You know, there's a lot of great things out there, and I wish I can preach to y'all today and tonight or morning about the things that they've been finding around the world that they found, but the mainstream media wipes them under the rug. I'm trying to get my brother more, you know, like my dad got a walking stick tonight, right? And oh man, I really want to show you this. I don't know if I can though. Just wait for a future video. But if you're interested, direct message me on IG and I'll send you something. But my dad got a walking stick for his 80th birthday. Happy 80th, Dad. And the walking stick's so cool. If you look real close through the whole walking stick, you can see the 10 Commandments. Really cool. 10 Commandments, of course, was God's laws delivered from God to Moses. He put his hand through a portal. Like, imagine like a gigantic Galactus hand coming through a portal, and there's two stones here, and he's finger writing on, in Hebrew, the 10 Commandments, and Moses just like sitting there watching. Really bizarre. It's like things you wouldn't think that would happen, but they really happened in history. But anyway, he got this rock, I mean, no, it's a staff or this big walking stick, and I brought up the picture, the split rock of Moab, which is Saudi Arabia area. I guess it would be never East Saudi Arabia, because that's where from Egypt there's a part of the Red Sea where Moses crossed the Red Sea, where we part of the sea, right? And there's a guy that found that exact place where he crossed the sea, and you find that the bed is up like this, like there's the sea, but there's low water, and the bed comes up, and there's like a higher plane, and the plane was exactly 36 inches wide. The U.S. for the wheelchair, like just for a wheelchair to get through, 36 inches wide. On both sides of the Dead Sea, there was also been found golden chariot wheels and old chariot parts. Not too far down, like I said, it's more shallow. I guess maybe like 30 feet deep. So you could scuba to the bottom and look at this stuff, and it's all online. And on the other side, when the Israel people were bitching about not having water, and God was telling Moses, here's how to do the water and how to get the manna, because they had a pot of manna that was like never ending. They used to keep it in the box with the commandments known as the Ark of the Covenant. So, oh man, there's just so much good shit. But anyway, so I showed my dad online the split rock of Moab, where Moses got pissed off and he hit that staff against the water, and it cracked this big stone. And if you look at the stone is washed smooth, like it used to be, like maybe a waterfall used to be there, but it's just some fucking stone out in the middle of nowhere. But that's where Moses got the water. I don't know, it's just, I find that stuff so cool. All right, so final thoughts. Everyone in the chat are fucking awesome. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. I'm one of the only Christians that like cuss, so if cussing hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. Sometimes I try not to, but sometimes they just come out. But I'm an excited worshiper of Jesus. You know, I'm a big follower of Jesus Christ. Um, Thank you so much, Perry. God bless you, brother. I always love seeing you in my chat lurking, baby. One of the best in Trabi. I gave an extended sentence, and awesome ones here too. All right, so let me finish up with BiggieShaq's contest. So he's got the top 15. Are you a top 15 collector? I don't even know if I'm looking at the right camera. Let me get on the big camera here. Are you, okay, finally. Are you a top 15 collector? Do you like slabs? Do you like them raw? Maybe. Do you like to use lubricant first? I don't know. But if you want to know more, check out the Immortal BiggieShaq's YouTube channel. I did vote for him or nominate him. I didn't want to talk about this, but I did nominate him for the spec channel that has the 1,000 to 5,000 subs, because when he does his top 5 spec books, they're not the normal. I don't want to disrespect any of the channels, but like I feel like a lot of these channels that talk about speculation books, it's a really hard thing to do, because your viewer comes to the channel and they want to know about speculation. They want to know how they can make a quick buck on some comic books. So it's kind of like you're leading them down this path that could lead them to, instead of pay off their bills or buy their family food, you'll lead them to this path where, hey, buy this variant cover or buy this top book, because if you buy this, it'll be worth so much more money down the line. But the real thing is, none of us can tell the future. I can maybe see 5 seconds into the future, but that's not fucking long enough to like tell what comic book is going to be worth what. You can kind of look at things around the veil, or the things that I guess are still enclosed in our bubble. You know, Wolverine and Deadpool, they got a new movie coming out. Will that make the Deadpool stuff and Wolverine stuff more expensive? Is this the time to buy that kind of stuff? Or would this be the time to sell? And I feel like with Biggie's books, they're totally not like what other people in pop culture are even thinking about. I've seen a book come about recently. This book I've seen for years, because I've known big time collectors before the 2015 bubble bursted in the YouTube comic book community. That's when everyone like finally started like you couldn't, yeah, it was just too big by then. But like what happened was, one of the most popular books, and I don't spec at all, but I'll go ahead and give you this one, is when Lois comes out of that other machine where she's a black woman. That book will continue to skyrocket, because if you look in the past of books that came out in the history of America, pop culture, Americana, you would see a book like that, and that could be considered one of the very first #woke, WOKE, books in the history of the world. Maybe it would have been better if like Superman turned into a female, Superman turned into a black female, and the black female became Superwoman. That shit may have been like better, but I guess they didn't think about that. But so remember, like for things like spec, just try to find a good channel out there. Like with BiggieShaq's channel, he's going to show you books that aren't cookie cutter. You know, he's not going to say, this book's worth a lot of money because it talks about propane. God damn it, Bobby, if we don't get enough propane in the tank, we may not have enough gas to get home, 'cause you spent it all on comic books. And we can't have that if your mama Peggy finds out. But yeah, you'd be king of the hill big time. So remember, like, enjoy the hobby of comic book collecting, but also do it the cheap way. Say you don't want to buy books for a while, or you don't want to buy these big grails. Then all you got to do is watch BiggieShaq, and you can find 15 top comic book collectors that are going to show you some big time books, and may even give you a little bit of idea, like an idea, to where if you wanted to pick up some of those old timey books too, they would give you an idea of some of the things to look out for. My primary mission and message tonight is pop culture itself, the history of the world itself. Not so much as going back 6,000 years ago, you know, to Adam and Eve or whatnot, but going back just short, like 50, 100 years ago, 1931, when Bela Lugosi's Dracula came out. You've already seen Image Publishing, or I think it's Image. They're redoing all the monster books. So 1931's Dracula. You had the Creature in the Black Lagoon, which came out in '54, which they kind of shot the. I think they shot that too soon. I would have released the Dracula thing in 2031 for the 100-year anniversary. Now that would be sick. That would be Craig 69, the sickness. But that's just me. But yeah, so with the books Dell 4 colors, you can find things like Fat Albert. You can find things like Rifleman, Bozo the Clown, Fess Parker, who played Davy Crockett. You can find Lucy and Desi Arnaz, Lucille Ball, you know what I'm saying? You could find cartoon books, Underdog, Dick Tracy, Popeye. Of course, I got Popeye books too that are Dell 4 color. You can go up to Gold Key, get you some Dark Shadows, enjoy some 1960s vampire soap operas, romantic goth. I mean, there's so many little things that are old books. These are also considered, I guess, atomic age books, a lot of being books in the 50s after you had the 40s atomic bomb and kind of that little lull of superheroes in between up until Showcase 4 in 1958 that came along. You had Barry Allen that kind of showcased in that whole new era of superheroes and bringing superheroes back into the light where they were a lot more lighter times in the 60s. You got to unwind with some good feeds, hit that 420, that Jonah X Peace pipe. A lot of good shit in the 70s came about. If y'all have need to see that movie Jesus Revolution, that was a good movie that came out in the 70s that talked about a lot of folks getting saved with the blood of Jesus in the 1970s. But I don't want to get too frisky there. I don't want to preach to you unless we're going to do a Legends Truth and really dive into biblical and history and Bible stuff. But I want each and every one of you to make sure you check out BiggieComing. I'll go back through my video description and put the Comic Book Community Awards web link in there as well, so you can nominate. I think you can nominate till the end of this month, maybe. Or was that BiggieComing's contest is till the end of the month? I'm not really sure. I'll have all the links in the video description. So if you do watch this on the rewind, they'll be on the video description. Let me check the chat one last time. I want to say thank you so much to everyone that has watched me here tonight. Big shout outs, big last minute shout outs to Jagular, Javier Aguilar, or Jose Aguilar, or Jerry Aguilar. My main man, Jay Aguilar, though. It's good to see you. Perry Comics, awesome. One is here. Flixen Comics, JoJo's going to have some kick-ass, more awesome stuff coming up, too. She's going to be hosting more movie reviews with our friend Carlito Classico. Lisa, my mod of the night. Thank you so much, Lisa Noble, for being here with me. Comic Book Gallery. Thank you so much, because the CBG has one of the best IG pages. If you like Funkos and comics together, you're in for a treat, because he combines both of those and he shows them on his IG feed. Man, again, Entropy Kev, great to see you. K-Pop, great to see you. Katie, Hack, so good to see you earlier in the night, my friend. Good to see everyone here. Awesome one, great to see you again. So happy y'all are here tonight. Thank you, Lisa. That way I'm going to go ahead and copy that link address, and I'll just put it in this thing right now. I'll put it kind of underneath the two BiggieComing links. Control V. Oh, that's the full Monty. I don't want full Monty. I just want the regular Monty. Let me grab the regular Monty real quick. You know how like YouTube, you'd like do a link or whatever? Well, I'll just click on it then. Hold the phones here, people. We're going to do this right. We're doing it for BiggieComing tonight. All right, CBC Awards copy. We're almost done. We're going to have some kick-ass music to close out the show tonight as well. Hopefully the mini PC won't crash. I was playing Ninja Turtles with Bub. My mini PC crashed. Comics, what's this called? CBC Awards? Okay. Get the CBC Awards here. But yeah, go over there and make sure you sub to Biggie. Look at the collectors. I'm sure Steppo, who's Collecto6 on Instagram, I think. Alan, who is Comic Collector Geek. Big B, who's Big B McFly. Who Dat Comics, maybe Bleeker, maybe K-Pop. I don't really know. I don't really know like a lot of like collectors really like big channels. I know Bub's World is probably the guy I know the most, like that I have a hands-on relationship with. He'll really like that. He loves puns, but he'll show me some really cool gold, and I know he's going
Coming at you live.
God, I just heard something. Something sounded good. Maybe I got a new subscriber. Jagular, what's up? Thanks for the subscription, brother. Hell yeah. So thank you, Jagular. Coming at you live. Let me get you on my gimmick here real quick. I forgot to open this up, so let me get it on here and we can get that stuff where it updates for us. Let's see. Where is it? Takes me forever to do stuff. I think the older I get, the slower I get as far as technology goes. There we go. Has his name under latest subscriber. Oh, look, the Real Comic Journey, my latest follower on Twitch, I believe. Okay, so I need to hit you back up, Journey, on Twitch. So cool. But again, I thank you so much. Lisa, thanks for that link. And I'm going to go ahead and say adios for now. My next video I do want to talk about will be coming up pretty soon. I've got an AOK unboxing from 1-2 Comic Talk and Entropy in Comics, my buddy Kev and Kai. So I'm going to be shouting them out in my next video. So all the love will be for Kevin and Kai in my next video. Fans, again, thank you so much for watching the show tonight. God's going to be doing wonderful things for each and every one of you. I pray this in the name of Jesus Christ, that he will be there for you this week and for all your days. In Christ's name I pray. In Jesus' name. This is the great legend saying peace out. God bless. Thanks so much. Oh, no, that sounds too bad. This song. There we go. I like this one better.